Hi and welcome back to Sketchbook, work with bats, cats and broomsticks. Today I wanted to show you guys one of the pages in my sketchbook that really didn't go very well. So what I did was I took my photograph and I used a piece of tracing paper to work out where I wanted all the pieces to be before I started on the page. That's typically how I will work, is that I will lay it out on tracing paper first, work the kinks out there, and then copy it over to my final page. Because I'm one of these people who suffers from the idea that a whole blank white page is very big and terrifying to work in, because it just stops me in my tracks from thinking what I want to do, where I want to put things, and I'm so afraid of putting a mark on this bright shiny white page that I don't. There have been times in my life where I haven't put a single mark in a sketchbook for years on end. And I thought it was really important to show you guys that it's okay to work that way. It's okay to make traces and sketches on tracing paper of your own work. Obviously don't use it to copy, but it's okay to work the way you need to work to get your finish. The most important part is that you work through that block that won't let you paint or draw. And today, this page in this sketchbook didn't go so great for me. I really liked the sketch I did, and so transferred it straight onto my page, and then I worked it over in ink and still liked the finish appeal of what I was doing. But then I decided that because this beautiful chandelier that I was drawing, this is the chandelier in the hotel Aquarius in Venice, was this pale sort of dusty blue glass. It was so beautiful, so iridescent, full of shine, that I would give a go at painting it with the Derwent Pastels watercolour palettes, the travel palettes that I got in my Scrollbox subscription boxes, and highlight it over with the pearlescent or the iridescent version of the same pastel paint that I bought myself. And it went really, really well until I added the background in, which you will see towards the end of this video. I don't like how these pastel paints, if you work them over each other too much, go really, really horribly muddy. So instead of getting brighter and more weighty like other watercolour paints, they tend to dirty the colours of each other if you try and put the pinks over the blue over the orange, as opposed to get brighter and mix nicely. You tend to end up with brown more often than not. So you have to be really careful with this watercolour to be gentle and to be mindful of how much paint you're putting on and how much weight it carries. So I ended up not liking this very much, and I thought I would still show you guys because I thought it was really, really important to show that everyone has a bad day. Especially in an age where we are surrounded by Instagram accounts that show us everybody's final perfect finished work. No one seems to post, obviously why would they, the days where they're having a bad day, the days where they're having mistakes. So I find that a lot of young artists get this mistaken idea in their head that every day is a perfect page. Every day you're making beautiful artwork and you don't have this stuck in your mind moment where you don't know what to draw, or when you do draw it, it looks terrible. I have so many days where my artwork just comes out and I'm like, yeah, what did I do that for? It's so terrible. But every terrible page is something that we're learning from. It's another lesson. This one is my lesson. If I'm using these watercolour paints, the technique with the inking first isn't the best for them. That using them this way, I ended up putting too much paint on. I muddied the background. It's a lesson to me that I need to be more aware of what watercolour paints I'm using and what they do when they do that. So it's all a learning experience, and I thought that it was important for me to post the learning experience so that nobody gets this idea that everything's always got to be perfect. Everything's always got to be just right, or it's not worth having. Because this is worth having. It is an important lesson that lives in my sketchbook about these paints, about how they work, about how I work with them. So I'm really happy in the end, because it's important for me that my sketchbook is all about development, that every page in my sketchbook is another thing learned, and I just wanted to show you guys that. So if you guys liked seeing this sketchbook, if you feel that it was helpful, please let me know in the comments. I really do appreciate you guys interacting and engaging with me in the comments. I try to respond to everybody I can. And also, if you guys have something you want to see, let me know in the comments. Next week's, I hope, will be a Scrollbox subscription box unboxing. I already had the dispatch notice for that. But after that, we will be doing another different kind of mandala, because I've stumbled across a new technique that I would like to have a go at, seeing if I can use it, see if I can do something really beautiful with it. So with that in mind, I'll be doing a new mandala next week, so in 2 weeks' time. So yeah, please like and subscribe and let me know how you guys feel about today's video. I hope that it's helpful for everyone to see this process in motion, to see that bad day. So I really appreciate you guys watching. Hit the like button on this video if it was helpful. And the last thing to note, obviously, is that this isn't a sponsored video, and that my opinions of these palettes are just that, my opinions of these palettes, and that Derwent have not sponsored me to say anything, and that they are in fact good palettes, just that in this painting I sort of didn't use them to the best of their technique and skill and ability. I made a painting with them before that I was far happier with. The Bassa fish, I believe I uploaded that, so keep an eye out for that in my previous videos. I think that was a Scrollbox subscription unboxing video. I really appreciate this channel and how much it's growing. I appreciate every single subscriber and viewer and like, and I'm really enjoying learning and the experiences I'm gaining. So I hope you are enjoying it too. Until next time.